everybody, welcome to J. Shannon Literacy, where parents and teachers will find tips and resources on ways to improve literacy both in and outside of the classroom. Thank you for pressing play today. Without further ado, we're going to get started. In today's quick video, I'm going to provide 3 tips on ways that parents can increase literacy at home. Tip number 1, make a reading routine. It is important that kids read on a regular basis. This helps with reading comprehension, it helps with the expansion of their vocabulary, and it helps with their ability to write and articulate in an effective and meaningful way. With this first tip, to make this a routine, it can be something as simple as listening to your child read as you fold laundry, cook dinner, or just do simple chores around the house. It doesn't have to be for an extended period of time. Instead, it's more important that they are reading aloud to you and you are asking them questions. Don't make it too hard. Questions don't have to be significantly challenging. Instead, as they read, ask them questions about what they're reading. Tell me more about that character. What do you think about him or her? Why do you like this book? If they laugh as they read something to you, ask them to explain it to you. This is just a great way for you to hear them read and understand how they are processing the information. They may have a different understanding than what is actually happening in the text. And in the short amount of time that they are reading aloud to you, you are able to correct any misconceptions that they may have, and you're also promoting literacy. Tip number 2, make them work for it. So students, kids, little people, they have a tendency to just come and ask you a question before they do any of the work to see if they can figure it out on their own. And what that does is it creates a learned helplessness. To avoid that, when they ask you a question, make them work for it. And for the purpose of this tip, I'm specifically talking about vocabulary. So when they come to you and they say, "What does this word mean?" Instead of telling them what it means, use the word in a sentence as it relates to something that they may be interested in. So, for example, if you have a little dancer at home, use the word that has been asked in a sentence as it relates to dancing and see if he or she can figure it out. If not, try another sentence. This helps them work on their context clues. And if all else fails, have them go look it up. Google and Alexa are 2 great ways for students to figure it out on their own. And then when they come back to you, have them give you the definition, and then they should tell you what they think it means. Again, this helps promote literacy, it helps expand their vocabulary, and it helps them become more independent in their learning. Tip number 3, our last tip of the day, we want to make them write it down. Writing is an important part of literacy overall. It allows people to get the thoughts that are in their head out on paper. And so you can create this routine by simply having your child write on a regular basis a simple reflection. The reflection doesn't have to be long. You can tailor it based on the age of your child, but you want to create a routine. So this could happen on a weekly, daily, or monthly basis, but you want to ensure that they are actually writing on a consistent basis. And so you may ask them a few different questions. What did you do today? What did you think about your day? What did you like about your day? What would you have changed? What could you have done differently today? And what will you do tomorrow? The what will you do tomorrow helps with goal setting. And so these are the early stages of goal setting, right? So I've written down that tomorrow I'm going to accomplish this, or I plan to do this. And then the next day you could ask a different set of questions. You don't need anything fancy. They can do it on their phones, in a Google Drive, or they can do it on a notes app if they have an iPhone. It doesn't have to be fancy. It's more important that they get the words on the paper. But here's the most important part. When they write this, don't allow your child to just hand you that piece of paper. Instead, you want them to read it to you. And so this is important because it requires them to be more intentional in their writing. If they know they're going to have to read it aloud, they may proofread it more times than they would if they felt like they just were doing it just because you told them to and then handing it to you. The other thing is, as they listen to the words that they've written, it helps them think about ways that they can improve their writing in the future. And so it helps them become more independent readers. So that concludes our 3 tips for the day. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you would like to see more videos like this, subscribe so that you don't miss anything, and I'll see you next time. Bye.